Okay, so we move on to task A2, and over here they say that we are required to open a new word processing document in the task A2, your name, candidate number, center number in the header, and save the document as task A2. Okay, so let's go into our folder, and over here, let's create a new Word document, and the name of the document is task A2, and we immediately go into the header. And in the header, we are supposed to type task A2, your name, your candidate number, and your center number. Close header and footer. Okay. Right. Then the question paper goes on to say, Mehdi has asked you to create a presentation template for a presentation about the loan agency. Okay. So create a master slide that has, and it should have the following features in it. Okay. So let us first go and create a master slide. Okay. So in order to do this, we will have to open up PowerPoint. Okay. So I'm going to skip a few steps over here and I'm going to jump to this part where it says save the presentation as presentation. Okay. So in my folder itself, I'm going to create a new PowerPoint file. I'm going to right click and say new PowerPoint presentation. And I'm going to be saving this as presentation. Okay. And then I'm going to open this up and I'm going to go into the master slide view or the slide master view. Okay, so I'm going to click on this. Let's close this. And I'm going to come on to view and then going to go into slide master. Okay, so we are in slide master right now. And we are supposed to edit the master slide. Okay, so the master slide is the slide that is right at the top. Okay, you have to scroll even further and come to the master slide. Okay. Right. So what are we supposed to do with the master slide? We are supposed to make it a 16:10 ratio. Okay. So how we do that is we come to the, over here, we should have a slide size. Yeah. In the slide master tab, you have something called slide size. So over here, we come to custom slide size and we say we want it to be 16. So let's see if we have an option here. Okay, here we have on screen show 16:10. Okay, so let's take that and let's click on OK. Okay, so you're scaling to a new slide size. Would like to maximize the size of your content or scale it down to ensure it will fit on the new slide. Since we haven't put any content on our slides, it does not matter. Okay, so let's for now just say ensure it fits. Okay, since we haven't put any content, really doesn't matter. So I'm going to click on ensure fit so that everything is properly visible. Right. The next thing that needs to be done on the master slide is the image background from task A1B set as the background. Okay, so this image background, which we created in the previous task. Okay, let me just show it to you. Okay, this image that we created here, background. This image is supposed to be set as the background for all this as a background. Yeah, it's supposed to be set as the background. Okay. So what we do is when you are on the master slide, you very simply right click and you say you want to format the background. Okay. Now guys, when you right click, make sure you are not right clicking inside any of these text boxes. Okay. Make sure you're outside it. Okay. So somewhere over here is ideal to right click and say format background. Okay. Then on the right hand side, the format background options appear. And right now we just want to put a picture. Okay. So we click on picture and we insert the picture. Okay, so we come to insert and so it will be from a file. Okay, so where is the file? Okay, the computer is going to ask you where the file is. So it is over here in the images folder, background. This is the one, inserted. Okay, so there you go. We have inserted this in the background. Okay, right. The next thing that needs to be done is the title should be styled to font size 40. So that, guys, I'm reminding you, we are still on the master slide. Okay, we are making all these changes to the master slide. Okay, so the font size for the title should be 40 and it should be italic. Okay, so let's do that. The title, I'm going to select it, Control A. It should be size 40 and it should be italic. Okay, perfect. The next thing that needs to be done is the footer. should have the company's email address, and it should have a date and time that updates automatically here. Okay, so since I have my company name over here, and since they have not mentioned that the date should be included, I'm going to remove this date. Okay, I'm going to click on this placeholder and delete it. And I'm going to move the footer to the left. Okay, so over here, I'm going to move the footer to the left. And over here, it should have what? It should have the company's email address. So the company's email address was mentioned at the beginning of the paper, which is MD. Let me copy and paste it. So let me click over here and paste it. Okay, let's make it smaller, even smaller. Okay, that's also done. And the next thing that they told us was it should also have a date and time that updates automatically, which I just deleted. Okay, I'm going to delete the slide number. They haven't mentioned that slide number should be there. So I'm going to delete the slide number, delete it, and I'm going to come to the slide master, and I'm going to come to, insert the date and time, isn't it? Date and time. Okay, so I'm going to come and say insert date and time. So I want it to date and time update automatically, and I'm going to say apply to all. Okay, so where is it? Where is the date and time? Let's go and see if it's appearing in normal view. Let's see if it's appearing in normal view. It's not, the date is appearing. However, the time is not to be seen. Let's go into slide master. Okay, so the date is coming over here. Let's delete. Oops, I deleted the wrong thing. Let's delete the date. Slide number we do not need. Oh, whoa, 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 I'm deleting the wrong thing. I need to be on master slide. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come to insert. Let me put a text box over here. And inside this text box, I'm going to put the date and time. Insert date and time over there. Date and time, and say, okay. Update automatically as well. Okay. So date and time is going to be appearing inside this text box, which I just drew at the bottom. It's too big. Let's make it slightly smaller. Okay, that looks better. Okay, there you go. Right. So is there anything else that we have to do to the master slider? Okay, save the presentation as presentation. We have already done this. I'm just going to click on the save button to save the changes that I just made. And then it says take a screenshot showing how you set the ratio of the master slider. Okay, so how did we do it? We came to slide master, and we came to slide size, we came to custom slide size, and over here, this is where we selected 16 by 10. So let's take a screenshot of this print screen, and then we have to go into Microsoft Word and paste it. Okay, that's done. The next thing it says is paste a screenshot. So we have done that as well. Okay, then it says create a slide one using the master slide that includes. Okay, so now we are supposed to create the first slide, and this slide is going to have content inside it. It's going to have information inside it. Okay, so for this we have to now change the view. Okay, right now we were in master slide. So normally we use master slide when you want to make changes to all your slides. Okay, if there's any design that you want to apply to all your slides, you come and do it in slide master, because whatever you do in slide master applies to all your slides. Okay, so changes, formatting changes, designing changes that we wanted to do, we have already done it. Okay, so that's why we are in the slide master view right now. Okay, now it's time for us to insert content. Okay, like over here they have told us slide one should have welcome and things like that. So for that we have to now change the view, and we have to now go into normal view. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on view, and I'm going to now slide master work is done. So now I'm going to go back into normal view. Okay, so my first slide is already there. And if it doesn't appear for you, you can always come and click on new slide and take it from here, the title slide, if it doesn't appear for you. Now over here, they have asked us the title, Welcome to TLA. So let's come over here and type Welcome to TLA. Okay, that's also done. The next thing it says, the text, we offer a wide range of services to transform your garden. So let's put that. We offer a wide range of services to transform your garden. All right. The text styled with a dark green background. Okay, the text styled with a dark green background. Okay, so this should have a dark green background. So just click on the border of it. Click on the border of it. And if you right click on it, you would get something called format shape, because you want to specifically format only this shape. Okay, so format shape, and then we go with a solid fill. Okay, we want a solid fill of dark green. Okay, something like this maybe. Yes, this is dark green. Okay, the next thing that needs to be done is the font should be white. So this font should be white. So let's select this and let's come here and make it white. Right. Are they talking about both text? Yes, let's do it for both text. So this as well, let's click on the border of it. Right click, format shape, and solid fill. Okay, this should also be white color. Let's make it white. Right. The next thing that needs to be done is there should be no bullets. Okay, so we haven't used any bullet points over here. Perfect. There should be two appropriate images as well. Okay, so let's go to our images folder. And take two images, something related to gardening. So maybe this one and then this one. Or maybe this one. Okay, so Control C, Control V. It's way too big. Let's make them smaller. Let's make this also smaller. How many images have got copied? Make it smaller. Okay. So this is the first image we have over here. This is the second image we have over here. Okay. Right. The next thing that's supposed to be done is an action button to link to slide 2. So we need to have an action button. So I'm going to put that button over here. So when you click that button, it's going to go into slide number 2. So you can come to insert and you can come to shapes, and you at the right at the bottom, you have something called action buttons. Okay. So I'm just going to take this as my action button. Okay. And I'm going to draw it over here. Okay, so my computer asked me, okay, what do you want this button to do? So I want it to hyperlink to to the next slide, which is slide number 2. And I click on OK. So that's also done. Okay. Then the question paper goes on to say resave presentation. Okay, so Control S. And then it goes on to say take a screenshot of how you created a link from slide 1 to slide 2. Paste a screenshot into document task A2. Okay, so what I'll do is I need to take a screenshot of this hyperlink. So I'm going to right click on it and say edit link. There should be something called edit link over here. Can you see? Edit link. So it shows me how the hyperlink was set up. So from here, you take a screenshot, print screen, then come to Microsoft Word, and you're supposed to paste the screenshot. Okay. Then the question paper goes on to say, okay, so then it moves on to say create slide 2. Okay, so let me first close this. So if you want a new slide, there is a shortcut key which you can use, which is Control M. So when you press Control M, you will get a new slide. Or you can use the mouse in the Home tab. You can click on New Slide, and you can take your second slide from over here. Okay, whichever, Control M or come to New Slide, and then take the layout which you prefer. So I'm going to simply press Control M. So when I press Control M, I get my second slide. Over here, I have to have the title services. Okay, so services. Okay. The image digging from task A1A. So the image digging that we created, I have to bring it over here. So Control C, Control V. Okay. And then the next thing it says is an animation effect on the image digging that lasts 6 seconds. Okay, an animation effect. Okay, so let me just make this slightly smaller. Okay, so I'm going to put an animation effect for this. So let me come into animations and I'm going to put an animation of bouncing. Okay, so it'll come and start bouncing. Okay. So this has to be for 6 seconds. So very simply on the right hand side, can you see the duration is there? So let's increase the duration to 6 seconds, which is quite long, but that's what the paper wants us to do. So that's exactly what we have done. If you want to see how it looks, just click on the image. You can come to animations and you can click on play. We get a play button over here, which is if you click on the animation pane, okay, and then we can click on play. So you can see this is what's going to happen. It's happening very, very slowly. Okay. Right. Let's stop it. And then the next thing. So you can select any animation that you want. Okay. Or if you want, you can have a combination of animations. Let me also show you that. So for example, I'm going to make this 3 seconds. And then I'm going to add another animation to it. So let me put an emphasis, which is, for example, it's going to spin after that. So it's going to spin thereafter for another 3 seconds. Okay, so let's increase this to 3 seconds. Okay, so what's going to happen is this is going to happen automatically. The second animation is going to happen automatically. So I'm going to say after previous. Okay, so now let me show you how it works. Play. It's going to appear. This goes for 3 seconds. Then the next animation is going to go on for another 3 seconds. Okay, right. The next thing the past paper tells us is an action button to link to slide 1. Okay, an action button to link to slide 1. So over here, I'm going to have another button. When clicked, it's going to go back to slide 1. So again, insert shapes, and right at the bottom, you have action button. So take a button that represents going to previous slide or going back. Okay, so let's click on this. Let's draw it from here to here. Hyperlink to what? Hyperlink to previous slide and say okay. So that's also done. And then the question paper says resave presentation. So Control S, we resave it. Then it says take a screenshot to show how you created a link from slide 2 to slide 1. Okay, so I'm sure you know how to do it now. You simply right click and say edit link. Okay, and you take a screenshot of this, print screen, and then you come to Microsoft Word and paste it. There you go. And then the next thing it says is take a screenshot to show how you created the animation effect. Okay, so I'm going to take my presentation and I'm going to have the animation pane on the right hand side over here. Let's make it bigger. Okay, so I have the animation pane on the right hand side and I'm going to take a screenshot. There you go. And I'm going to paste that screenshot over here. Okay, the animation pane is visible. And the next thing it says is resave task A2, do not print at this stage. Resave task A2, do not print at this stage. Okay. So then in task A2B, it says Medi wants speaker notes added to slide 1 to remind her of things she needs to say. He wants you to include these notes. Okay. So these notes have to be included in slide number 1. So these are what you call speaker notes. These are notes that are not visible to the audience. It's only visible to the one delivering the presentation. Okay. The one who's delivering the presentation only will be able to see these notes. So what we do is we simply copy this and we go into slide 1. We go into slide 1. Okay. So this is slide 1. And at the bottom, do you see there is space to add notes? Okay. At the bottom, you have space to add notes. Okay. So you click over here and you simply paste the notes. Okay. So these notes do not appear in the presentation. Instead, they appear only to the one who's delivering the presentation. So when you have your laptop connected to a projector and when you start your presentation, normally what you will be getting is something like this. You can say, for example, use presenter view. Okay. Now, this is not a part of the past paper question. I'm just explaining to you how these notes work. Okay, so if you enable presenter view and if you have your laptop connected to a projector, when you start the presentation, this is what your laptop would show you. Oh, sorry. I need to change this to second automatic. And when I click on start presentation, uh, I think I need to be connected to a projector to show you that. Otherwise, it doesn't work. Yep, I need to be. Yeah, I need to be connected to a projector to show you. So when you are connected to a projector and when you start this presentation, the audience would see this. The audience would see the slide, but you would see the slide plus your notes as well. Okay, so this is only visible to the one who is delivering the presentation. Okay, the presenter. Right. The next thing that needs to be done, it says resave the presentation, print the presentation, showing the speaker notes on slide 1. So you're supposed to print this showing the speaker notes. So what you do is you come to file and you come to print. Okay. So right now it's only printing the slide. You need it printed with the speaker notes. So what you do is you click here and you say you want the notes page also visible. Okay. So when you do this, you can see the slide is visible as well as the notes. Okay. Right. The next part it says is answer this question in the document task A2. Give two advantages of using a master slide when creating a presentation. Okay. So at the beginning of this question, we went to master slide and we made some changes, isn't it? So what is the advantage of using master slide? Very easy. Number one is you can maintain consistency. Okay, so for example, this background will be applied to all my slides. Okay, then for example, the date time will appear on all the slides in the bottom right hand corner. Okay, oh, for example, this should not appear, so we have a problem over here. This should not appear. Instead, the email address should appear over here, isn't it? Let's go and change that now itself. Let's go into slide master. Let's delete. So over here, why didn't this come? Let's delete this. Okay, so over here also we have it's appearing. Okay, let's close master view. Oh, it's still appearing. Is it still appearing? Let's come to insert header and footer. So date time update automatically. Right. Let's go into normal view. Did we type this ourselves? I'm just deleting it. For some reason, it's not moving away, but the email address should appear over there. For some reason, the email address is not appearing. Let me sort this out. Some reason the email address, even though it's there in the slide master, it's not appearing in normal view, and I just cannot figure out why that is. Because the date and time is appearing, that's working fine, but over here the email address is not appearing. I cannot think of a reason why that doesn't work. So okay, let's keep that as it is. Let's answer this question over here. So they've asked for two advantages of using master slide. You can say one is to maintain consistency in the design and layout across all the slides. And the next reason you can say you can say, for example, another reason, another benefit of using the master slide is the user will not have to go and make changes to each slide individually. That would take a long time. Instead, the user can make the changes to the master slide and it would automatically apply to all the other slides. Okay, so let's put it in better words. You can say by using the master slide, the user will not have to manually make design changes to each and every slide. Instead, he can simply make it on the master slide, and it would automatically appear on all slides. Okay, so this is another benefit of using master slide, where you will not have to manually go and change each slide. You will not have to manually go to each slide and insert this background and make the heading bold and insert the footer and all. No, you will not have to do it manually. You simply do it only for the master slide, and it automatically applies for all the slides that you created. Okay, so those are two benefits. Okay. Right, with that, we have then come to the end of the presentation question. If there are any questions that you're having, things that you are finding difficult, okay, in the video description, the details have been provided, okay. In our next video, we will be moving on to databases, okay. So I hope things are going well. See you in the next video.